So Armanda, if you want to share your screen and start. Armanda, the floor is yours.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. One moment. Ok, presente.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao.
You can see?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Dear all, for those who don't know me, I'm Armanda Magioncalda, primary school teacher, university professor, eTwinner since 2005, and Erasmus ambassador since 2011. I would like to thank you for being here today. I have the pleasure to introduce the Erasmus Plus project named Linneo, that has the aim to extend innovative educational opportunities on natural science by creating a web-based platform nurtured with high quality and engaging digital solutions. Purpose of the day event is to introduce you to the project idea, its results, and at the same time, the future steps. Okay. This event been conceived for you, teachers, because project results include educational material to support us in using digital solutions for our school activities. For these reasons, we are going to share via eTwinning platform a set of webinar, videos, and documents conceived to explain how to use the digital resources and the Linneo platform in our work with the pupils. Before leaving the floor of the other speakers, you can see the name here, Cost-Edutainment, B2Bit, Gimino, Misto, Mochicla, I think, Istituto Comprensivo Staglieno, Newark School, Istituto Tecnologie il CNR, C4Lies at Vilnius University. I would like to show you also the partnership of this project. As you can see, schools have been involved since the beginning of the project in order to produce material that has been conceived for by teachers. Finally, I hope you will enjoy this event, and I guess to see you also in the next webinar planned for the end of June. I leave the floor now to the next speaker, Filippo Costa, our project coordinator, and have a nice meeting.
Thank you very much, Armanda, for this introduction. So you have seen more or less the partnership. Filippo is joining, but he has some technical trouble. So let me try to introduce a bit myself. I'm Barbara Mazzarino. I'm a member of the team project and of the coordination project. So coordination staff, sorry.
Oh, signora.
So don't worry, Armanda, you can stop the sharing.
Okay.
I can stop instead of you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So let me try to start with the other presentation that would like just to give you another view about the purposes of the project and which are the results we obtained till now. So please let me know if you see the screen. I hope so.
Yes.
Now, yes.
Thanks a lot. So the Linneo is an Erasmus Plus project. That's the reason why we try to involve you via a twinning platform, because this is a K8-220, so it's a cooperation partnership in school education. And it was focused on primary school. And as you have seen before in the presentation of Armanda, we have primary schools already involved in the partnership. So this means involved since the beginning of the activity, university and research centers, enterprises, and natural science entertainment institutions. So this is the list of the partnership, but I have to move on a little bit quickly because Armanda already explained this. And these are the main objectives of our project. So what Linneo would like to achieve? To increase the availability of high quality and engaging digital educational resources in natural science. So first objective was to provide digital educational resources in natural science. Then to support teachers in integrating these resources in their practice. So provide guideline instruction and all the instruments like webinars and video recorded with the purpose to support teachers in use this digital resource. That we would like also to increase the access to the educational resources developed by providing a platform that support also pupils in seeing, having experience of what is usually provided by the natural science education institution on their places, at their home. And at the end, to increase, of course, cooperation opportunity between all these type of involved partners. I mean, teachers must cooperate with scientists and technologists and natural science education institutions if we would like to deliver something that can be used. So the first results was a web-based platform supporting digital primary education about natural science. This was the objective, to obtain a multi-language platform that at the end of the project support at least English, Lithuanian, and Italian. Then to provide in this platform integrated educational approach. So resources, but also activities and lesson plan. And there is a talk about the platform later on today. A second results plan was the set of innovative, engaging, and motivational digital resources. So we have a platform, but we would like also to deliver the resources that populate this platform. And these resources must be used by pupils also alone. This means that we design a narrative that guides any user in follow a path, a conceptual path between the resources, and also a lesson designed for use these resources, so a support for teachers. With this philosophy, the third result provide reusable activities and didactical units. I think that all of you know better than me these terms because are more related to your daily practice. But with this project, we focus the attention on didactical unit and reusable activity designed for the digital solution we delivered. And a fourth result, that is an online course for teachers, because even if we can deliver any manual, any guideline. We think that webinars and video that explain, like we hopefully are able to do today, the concept behind all this material could support better any user in insert these results in their daily practice. So just to quickly resume the purpose of this event of today. Today, we would like to introduce our project, introduce the results we achieved so far, and try to explain the reason behind the future webinar that we announced today, that we start at the end of June, that are very focused element, very focused event describing each single results achieved. So a webinar about the didactical unit, a video about the platform and digital solution and so on. I hope to be not so quick. So let me look at your faces for those who have switched on the camera. If you have any question, please interrupt us at any time, because our objective is to explain the idea. And we know, we have learned in this collaboration with the partnership that sometimes people say something that is not really understood for persons that have different skills. We are, as you have seen, a partnership that combine teachers, researchers, software developers, businesses, and so on. So a common awareness, a common knowledge about the purpose is the first step to achieve a successful results and spread as much as possible our products. Let me call them products, but they are not commercial. They are distributed for free. I see, sorry, Filippo, see you only now, so probably you would like to add something.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, but I've been stuck in a Zoom update installation, so I had some minutes delay. And what I wanted to point out is that the real aim is to create something that can be useful, not a standalone project, something that has a start and an end, but a tool that could be upgraded, enlarged with more content, and really of use for the schools and the teacher, because the starting point of the idea was the period, the pandemic period, so the need to have pupils remotely connected and have a tool to correctly interact with something that was appealing and that could catch the interest of the pupils to deliver high quality content in the natural science area. But it is something that could be of use anytime, because it can be used as an upgrade tool to the competence of the teacher, some materials that could be part of standard class lessons, but could be part of homeworks, of project works, and something that gives material that could be appealing for the pupils to be more involved and interested in the matter. So thank you again. I pass on to Barbara, the management of the event, and thank you.
Thank you, Filippo. If there are no questions about this overview, we can move on to the next talk from CNR ITD. Is Francesca Dannino speaking, I suppose. And, Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Barbara. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Francesca Dagnino. I'm a researcher at the Institute for Educational Technology of the Italian National Research Council. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. The name here under my name are the names of the colleagues who are working with me in the Linneo project. And today I'm here to present you two of the results of the project, which are the digital reusable activities and the didactic units. This is the flow of my presentation. First of all, I'm going to introduce what is the function of the didactic units and of the reusable activities in the framework of the project. Then I will briefly introduce you what is a didactic unit and what is a reusable activities. And then I will browse with you one didactic unit and a couple of resources. And at the end, I will show you where you can find these two results of the project. Well, first of all, I want to show you the function of the didactic units and reusable activities. As Barbara introduced, the project envisages several results. The second results are the Linneo resources, which are videos and PDF developed by the experts in natural sciences. And the third and the fourth results of the project are the didactic units and the reusable activities. Both these results have the aim of supporting teachers in the integration of the digital resources produced in the project in their teaching practice. Didactic units, as you perfectly know, are teachers-oriented resources, while the reusable activities are student-oriented resources. What is a didactic unit? A didactic unit is an interdisciplinary learning path. Our didactic units have been developed by teachers, as Armanda said a few minutes ago. So are resources developed by teachers for teachers, as he said. The didactic unit have the aim of engaging the students in the role of protagonist. So when I will show you an example, you will see that didactic units are conceived to to involve actively the students in the educational activities. Is built on a topic and organized in phases of temporal development. The aims is to make the pupil acquire knowledge and competencies that they will be able to, let's say, apply to reality tasks or problem situations. We also use the term reusable activity, which is not so well known or shared, so I have to explain what we mean with reusable activity. A reusable activity is a ready-to-use educational activity which integrate the Linneo resources in teaching and learning. Reusable activities have been developed by CNR and were developed according to the following methodologies: problem-based learning, gamification, and discovery-based learning. This activity are based on the principles of the Universal Design for Learning, which are engagement, so they have been designed for be engaging and to motivate the pupils. Representation is the second principle, because this reusable activity integrate this different form of representation, so to, let's say, meet the needs of all the pupils. And the third one is action and expression. And this one is related to the assessment of the knowledge and competencies of the student that should be done, letting the pupil free to decide the way in which to be assessed about the knowledge and the competencies. This is an example of a didactic unit. The didactic unit is composed by an upper part, which there is the overall description of the didactic unit, and a lower part with a work plan. But let's take a look to the upper part of the didactic unit. As you can see, there is an overall description of the unit. So we have the title, a brief description of the unit, which who are the beneficiaries. In this case, in the case of the didactic unit developed in Linneo, the units have been conceived for primary school students. The total duration of the didactic unit, and which kind of problem or reality task the didactic unit is addressing, or in other cases just the topic, the central topic of the didactic unit. As you can see, in this specific didactic unit, the topic is overfishing, and the situation problem is increase the awareness about the problem of overfishing in the community. Then there is then the aims of the didactic units are stated, which subjects are involved in the units, and as you can see, it's an interdisciplinary unit, and the expected results. In this case, we have a final product, which is a campaign to raise awareness on how we can help to protect marine ecosystems. But in other cases, teachers have developed different kind of results, or envisaged a result in terms of knowledge or competencies. This is the second part of the didactic units. Here you can find the temporal development of the unit with the sequence of the lessons or the phases, and each lesson or phase is described here in the first column. Then are the subjects involved as stated. We have the objectives in the third column, the knowledge and competencies on which the specific part of the didactic units is working in the fourth column, the educational strategy at the base of the didactic units, the tools and resources. And as you can see here, we have among the resources a video which has been developed within the project, how to prepare the class for this lesson, and the evaluation and assessment methodology and criteria, and finally the duration of the didactic unit. This is a reusable activity. Sorry, just a second. This is a reusable activity. I'll try to show it to you, but could be a problem. Let's see. Because it's a big it's a big resource, and I don't know. No, yes, it is opening. Okay, this is an example of a reusable activity, and this is a problem-based activity, which start with a problem. I won't show you the video, but the point, as you can see, is that Laura has seen that there is a seal on a rock with her pup, and is afraid that the seal can have a problem because seal are marine mammals, and Laura thinks that the seal should stay in the water. So there is a video introducing the problem, and then the pupil is asked to explore the resources available on the platform and solve the problem posed by Laura. So here, of course, the pupil is browsing an already prepared material about the topic of different marine mammals. And then whereas activity also to aimed at assessing if the pupil have learned about the different kind of marine mammals. And then there is a last video, which is specifically about seals and their pups. And then a last question to which students are expected to answer. After having consulted the resources of the Linneo platform, do you think that the seals and their pup need help? Is everything normal? And the pupil can answer, and then they get a feedback about the correctness of their answer. Just a second that I try to come back to the presentation. Here is another example of reusable activity. In this case, is ebook. As you can see, is about ferns and mosses, and the pupil can learn using different kind of resources, because you have here a video, but you also have the same concept expressed in this part, which is written down. All these resources all these activities have been developed taking into consideration the different needs of the students. So as you can see, there is also an audio track if the pupil prefer or needs to listen instead of reading. Sorry to be so fast, but I have to go ahead. Okay, where you can find didactic units and reusable activity on the Linneo platform. Go into the Linneo platform, you will see there is a teacher area. And entering in the teacher area, you find this screen. As you can see, we have didactic units and reusable activities. And in between, there are resources, but someone else will present you the resources developed in the project. We have 5 didactic units for each word. So in total, we have 15 didactic units and 6 reusable activities in all the languages. Let's see if it works. There is a brief video on how to explore the didactic units and but it's not running. I don't know why. Okay, so we have didactic units here and reusable activities. Didactic units are organized in the three words: animal word, plants word, and water word. And if you enter in a word, you can find the different didactic units that you can download as a PDF, or you can download a zip file, and you can browse the didactic units. Of course, it's an example or how about how you can integrate the resources developed in Linneo in your educational activities. Then you can browse reusable activities. As you can see, we have 6 of them. You can open the file or download the file as you prefer. And you can see there is this is another reusable activity about chameleons. Okay. And also the reusable activities are available in the 3 languages of the project. Well, that's all. If you have any questions, please ask. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Francesca. And the following section will be able to have a quick show how they work directly on the platform. But in any case, if you have questions, this is a good moment. Okay. So you can also write your question in the chat. So if you don't want to speak or if you have troubles with your microphone, wrote on the chat and we will answer as quick as possible. So according to the agenda now, is the time. Oh, I can see you, Greta. Wonderful. It's the time to present a bit to all of you the idea of the digital resources. So we invited the Natural Science Educational Institution to present the activities they did in collaboration with the teacher to conceive and realize the resources. This is the presentation. I can see you start sharing, so I hope it's Greta, so please start with the presentation.
So good afternoon. I hope you see.
Yes, we can see, and now we can also hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank Francesca for very detailed description. It was very interesting to listen. And I want short introduce our movies video which we produce during this time. So the task was that we looked for topics which are actual for the different levels from the schools, and we collected some topics from natural world and from Vilnius University Botanical Garden, Rasa Ryliškienė, and we from Zoological Museum, we were creating produced some video from PowerPoint. So our steps were that we were looking for some topics. Later, we used our resource to make visualization information and create PowerPoints. And after this, these storyboards and PowerPoints were reviewed by our project partners. And of course, later we produced some video from them. So the main attention was to look what it would left scientifical and the information which is useful for schools. It must be informative and attractive, and of course, it was coordinated for the topics with teachers. So in plant walk, we looked for some missions. It was selected 4 missions. Some topics were devoted to forest, for dry habitats, meadows, and fresh water. And we looked for topics, and these topics were later made PowerPoints and produce the videos. So the first mission was about forest. So we needed to include seeds, fruits, trees, adaptations, and dispersions. And we created 3 short, about 3 minutes movies about forest, how distinguish forests and city parks, which is diversity of forests in Europe. And of course, more careful, we looked about broadleaf and mixed forest plants, for example, species, Veifecheres, Yabit, high leaves, fruits, conscience. You can find everything here. Next mission was dry habitats. Maybe it was the most difficult for us because we not have here desert, but of course we have some succulent plants. So in this topic, in this mission, it was created 3 PowerPoints and movies about different dry habitats, deserts, sand dunes, continental dunes, Mediterranean sclerophytous forests. It was 1 movie. Next movie about emergence of deserts. And the last one about more careful, more detailed on desert plants. So how the species are different from other landscapes and some features of them. The 3rd mission was about meadows, and here we have 3 videos, short videos, because we shot and we tried at first to make distinction between natural meadow and lawn, because which is similarities and differences, because when we need to protect biodiversity, we need to remember many facts about what, for example, every insect needs some different plant, and we have a big problem with lawn. So next movie, it is which kind of meadows we can found in Europe, and we include agricultural and other natural, like dry, moist, wet meadows, and you can find distinction between them. And the last topic, it is which species and which features in the meadows have the plants in different kind of these meadows. So we can adapt this in different topics, but of course it can be like separate topics. And the last mission was about fresh water. Again, attention was to seeds, fruits, adaptation, dispersions. And again, at first we wanted make a very clear distinction between natural link and artificial pond. So one is natural ecosystems. Second is we need to make many kaip ten daug jėgų, many power, but it worked like natural lake. So it was the first movie. Next movie about diversity of different fresh water. So it is lakes, ponds, wetlands, swamps, marshes, bogs. It can be still water. Others, it is flowing like rivers, streams, creeks, springs, and we included groundwater like aquarials, wells. So we can find all this in one short movie. And the last botanical movie is about 4 types of aquatic plants in still water, so species and features which we typically can find in Europe. And I think it is very good for students to recognize them. So it is a short introduction about movies and resources from Botanical Garden. I want to say what all of them have movies with subtitles, and this was devoted to the first classes from the schools. So it is very short for the first, second class. It is from 1 minute to 5 minutes each movie. Next environmental world is animal world, and here we had 3 missions, and the connection between all of them is development. And through development, we are trying to show diversity and to show problems which arise, for example, with climate change, or the problems which arise together with human use of different resources. And so we included not only diversity, we included special adaptations, differences of animals, to show that we need specific conditions to live. And if we want to protect them, we need to know. So for the first mission, like Botanical Garden finished on the aquatic freshwater, so we begin on this topic, so in semi-aquatic environment. And here we have 3 movies. I need to say what these movies and these topics about development, it is in a little aukštesnėse klasėse, in higher classes. So you need to think what it is for the third, 4th, 5th classes. But of course, like here it is not only movies, like as here it is the PowerPoint too. So the teachers can use the PowerPoints to only some parts of these movies or some parts of these PowerPoints. So what I wanted to say, we are longer. It is from 3 minutes till about 9 minutes each movie. So different topics were needed more or information, or we can to make it more shorter. So adaptation, it is the first topic. So it is about strategies, the development about without metamorphosis, for example, pond turtle, and with metamorphosis, mosquito, common frog. We included specific animals which were asked by teachers. When we talk about adaptations, we tried to show special body parts of animals, special physical features and behavioral features of these adaptations. And I think one of the interesting, for example, for me, it was to make a video about protection, because we tried to include not only pollution. It is typical topic which we found usually in the schools, but we tried to include other problems too, like channeling, disrupting riverbeds, ponding, and to show the results for animals, like diseases, wounds, death, and only after this the extinction. And we suggested which solutions we can to do. So like organic production, organic marks, so children can to select all organic marks, and ask the parents for renewable energy, waste management, and other. I think it is a very good and useful point. Second mission, it is about life cycles of on the land. Animals went undergo egg-like development, and it was not very easy for us, because we thought about animals who have eggs, and it is insects, it is reptiles, and even some mammalians have eggs. So we divided three topics, and you can find about diversity of development of insects. We distinguish without pupa and with pupa, like butterfly, bee, beetle, ant, grasshopper, cockroach, bug. Included even parasitical, some bug, bed bug. Second, it was about adaptations of reptiles and develop on the land. So grass snake, and included not only European, but included some topical how to say, animals like crocodiles and turtles between them, because children usually very like these animals. And the last, it is about birds, about increase of parental care, because we have atricial, pracoxial, for example, Eurasian wren, breech-crested crab, and it can show what warm-blooded animals we have very good developed parental care and build nest diversity. And the last mission, it is about life cycles on the land and about animals that give birth to live offspring. So here we look to we begin from mammalians. It is special devoted to mammalians. So we begin from egg to giving the true birth. So from platypus to monkeys, and included human too. So we have life cycle of human included in this movie. Next movie, it is about parental care and home building diversity of mammals from atrial to precoxial, and attention, it is the special behaviors which mammals display to rear their offsprings. For example, here you see rabbit, and people like to keep at homes rabbits, like I don't know, home animal, but in reality, rabbits needs to live in this in the F, and we need to borrow, and usually people forget about this feature, and here you can to found this point. And the last topic, it is about protection of development environment of land animals. And we included what we protect animals, and we need to remember that we are animals too. And of course, we not want such conditions for our life. Like here, I show the picture. So everything you can to found in these short topics and movies. So thank you for attention. Maybe I tried to introduce this. So maybe you have some questions.
Thank you, Grita. If you have some question as usual, you can write them in the chat or open your microphone, but I would like also to ask to the Aquarium of Genova to present their part of digital resources. We have seen the process behind the design of these resources. A similar process has been done from the Aquarium. So Roberta Parodi, you would like to say something?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Roberta Parodi, Head of Education of the Aquario di Genova, and we were in charge of the realization of all the, as already have already seen, about the SeaWorld resources. The aquarium bases all the effectiveness of all the educational activities on the emotion that arise from the direct observation of the animals that are hosted in our tanks. And the purpose of all the activities we prepare for schools is to transfer a critical spirit to the new generation. And we try to develop the material with the same approach. The first thing we made was to identify the different topics, as Grid already show for the animal and the terrestrial topics. And we identify 3 missions with different topics. In the mission 1, the topic were the presentation of the most important marine environment, that means sandy bottoms, rocky bottoms, and open sea, and the ecological classification of the animals, that means plankton, benthos, and nekton. And we made videos with mostly images taken in the aquarium, so the children or the students can observe the animals just like to be here and observe different behaviors and adaptation. And I think that it's quite effective. In the mission 2, we spoke about the different adaptation. Okay, you can see here the presentation. And we can see we spoke about mimicry and the shape and movement in connection with the environment in which the different species, the different group of animals lives, and the adaptation in the food chain. And in the third mission, we introduce the consequence of the human activities, such as plastic pollution in the sea. That means alien species. That means overfishing. And we introduce also the importance of the marine protected areas because they are the most useful, the most important instruments to protect biodiversity. That are the different the main topics, and just like Greta, we started from a PowerPoint we shared with Francesca, with which work hard in the last 2 months. And then we created these videos. I can try to share one of these if
I think it's good to have an example if it's possible.
Yes. Ok, let me condividi schermo. Schermo intero. Condividi.
Yes, we can see it. I don't think we are able to hear the sound, but at least we can see. You would like I try to support you?
Maybe we can watch them on YouTube. One of them.
Yes, they are. All these material that we described today are shared on YouTube, so I can put the link on the chat. But maybe I can. I don't know if you can see now.
Yes.
So I hope it's exactly the video you would like to see. I think you're not able to hear.
No, we can't hear the video. But should be the test. Maybe it dumps down. We can't read the description.
Yes, because it's because I have put them on a full screen. So maybe it's better if we can share the link. But in any case, if I can share it a little bit, not so zoom. You are not able to see it anymore. Is it correct?
No.
And show the clip even to the platform.
Yeah. Yes, you can show it in the platform too.
Yeah.
But we didn't organize these as a possibility, so we are just trying to make our best. But in any case, the video structure follows the idea of provide the specific content, as Roberta said, and then there are video of the animals in their life. So Roberta,
Yes.
if you want to explain, for example, for the mimicry, what you produce as images, then I can work.
Yes, we try to make the description as possible clear for the students, and that can be observed directly on the video. That is what we are doing in the aquarium. Children come here, observe, make a hypothesis, and try to have an answer after the observation of the animals. non funziona. Non so perché. Educativa. Provo a tirarne giù un altro.
But we are seeing the video now. Yes.
Ah, ok. Ah, ok. Also with the subtitles. And there's so fish and sharks in the oceanic tank here in the aquarium. These are the typical tropical coloration. Okay, this is just to have an idea of the results of the work that we have done. We have one video for each missions, and we made, if I'm not wrong, 3 additional videos about turtle rescue, about monk seals, and about dolphin bird, and some Cartaceous materials about the main invertebrates animals, and another one about vertebrates marine animals.
Okay, thanks a lot. Try to copy the link in the chat. I will do it during the next presentation. If there are questions about the process we use to design these resources, as I told before, you can interrupt at any time. You can write in the chat, and I really pleased to answer to all of you, because the purpose of today is to explain the reason behind all these results. If not, we can move on to the next presentation that, if I'm not wrong, was about the platform. So we can see something of what we have explained inside the platform. So Riccardo Cangini from the B2B company, the floor is yours if you can explain something, or if you would like to show directly the platform to all of us.
Yeah. So first of all, sorry for my English. And I'll say we are in charge to develop the platform and the games. We are a B2B, a Malta-based company specialized in games and IT. I switch off the webcam because today we have some problem of band, but I'm going to share the screen. So is the best solution, I guess. Do you see
clear.
my? Okay, perfect. So this is the platform. It's designed for children, so everything is conceived in a quick way. It's important to know that we are not going to store data. So for privacy questions, there aren't any kind of problem. Here we have 3 main words. Choosing the first, we arrive to the map where there are the basic information to explain players how it works, and most of all, where players can read information about the context and about of the game. So, and if the player access by mobile, it's explained how to play because the screen is smaller. So we have to change a bit what is shown on the screen. The player in the animal world can choose Indiana character or John's character. And on the map, you can see 3 missions in this case, and each mission has some level. And on the right, there is a final quiz that becomes accessible only when all the levels of the missions are completed. And on the left corner, there is even access for the other world directly. So in this case, the player uses the hero, another hero, and we can start clicking on the level number 1. So here there is a general introduction with a text that let the user to understand what is happening, and it is happening that the user enter directly in the game. So the user becomes the hero of the game. And afterward, the first introduction, there is the context that is related to the game that is shown on the right. So we have 2 sheets. One is the context and the text, and one is for the game. Up there is the opportunity to be back on the maps. Okay. And before to start each game, it's important to see the video, the suggested video, because theoretically only watching the video, the player can solve the games. So here we have, I don't know if you hear the audio, but I switch off. As we said before, there are even subtitles, can maximize or minimize. And afterward, the player has watched everything, can start to play. In this case, the aim of the game is to use the eraser to erase items that are not related to the environment. So it's not easy to understand, in this case, what is need to be done. Okay. And each time that a game is concluded, can go ahead with the next level. Okay. Again, on the left, there is the context that introduces the player to the game and the aim of the game. In this case, to delete what is wrong in this environment. So this kind of nature. And we can go ahead. It's called, I have some problems of band, so sometimes it doesn't load, but it's my problem. Okay, again, we have each game has its videos. Okay, can I show just because before we haven't seen. So in this case, I have to connect the items with the right icon. So forest floor, go here. Herb and underbrush, go here. Understory here, and upper canopy here. So I go ahead. So again, sorry, but
Is the demo effect?
no, but because it's a loading time question. Anyway, is a problem today. So again, we are playing to the world mission number 2 and level 1. Have to connect what is related to desert, in this case, this one, and what is related to dry habitat. Okay, and go ahead level by level and mission by mission. So I go ahead a bit more quickly. Okay, so it's same concept, Zach. So what leaves here? And là. Okay. Anyway, we have all the story. Go ahead every time with the proper clip. So have to delete the wrong items here. Okay. Again, have to clear what is wrong for the right environment. Back. Okay. This is a bit different. I have to choose what is not present in a dry meadow. In this case, voila. And voila, okay. So we have 3 kind of templates we have already. So all, again, anyway, I tried to, this is a mission 4 level 2. So mission 4 level 2. Okay. Lentic ecosystem. So now I study, okay, lab and so, okay. And now we have the last level of the last mission. So I have to connect the emergent plant, yeah, floating, yeah, submerged, free floating, yeah. And so once we finished the last level and the last mission, going ahead, I'm back again on the map where I can start with a final tweets, but it doesn't work yet, so I can't show you how it works. That will be soon ready. In the same way, we have the opportunity to read the instructions, to choose our hero here, to change our levels. Again, there are, so yeah, I can show you the video that Roberta before tried to show, okay? That is available even on YouTube. I go ahead very quick. So every time aims and every time the game. Okay. These games are not connected yet, so I have to just present how they will work, but templates are always the same. And mission after mission, we arrive to the end of the work. So here we have the areas for the player. Then I can quickly show you the teacher area that are accessible only to the teachers. You can sign up and sign in directly with your email or with Google or Facebook. In this case, I already use Gmail. So we have 3 different macro areas. Didactic units, resources, reusable activities. So from here, you can access an example to the first PDF. It opens a new tab, and so you can see, or if you want, you can download. Currently are available just English, but translators are already working on Italian and Lithuanian. So here, the didactic units that are split by words, and the resource. So here we have some resources again. You can open the PDF, and you can download in the desired languages, while below the teacher can see the videos that are related to the games. So teacher has an idea about what were been the content that led the players to play to the games. So in some word, we have more resources like the water word with other videos. Okay. The videos available for the children. And going back to teacher's area, even the reusable activities, currently just in English. So here you can open the file, and you can, so this is the one that before, I don't remember if Francesco or somebody other tried to show how they work. They are interactive and maximize. So you can go ahead. It's a sort of interactive book. Okay, with all different areas. You can close your file. In this case, we have a very hard interactive reusable file, so we have to wait a bit in loading, but can be even downloaded in local, so if the teacher would prefer, can directly download. So as told today, I have some problems. Okay, finally, Zach. Okay, so this is the one that before was already shown, but without having the opportunity to try how it works. So we have everything, closing even this activity. And here we have another kind of content, sort of interactive book again. Okay, with embedded clips. Okay, now. Lot of different content. Wow. Yeah, and just the profile of the user, just to, and not available yet. Fuck any contact for somebody who wants to be involved in the platform. So theoretically, it should be everything. Okay.
Yes, thanks a lot. We can also see that this platform has been designed with this vertical view because it will be also accessible by mobile. Is it right, Riccardo?
Yeah, it's true. Frozen and already at 80%. It's not available yet because
it's not finished also the project. So
yeah, but because it's the last thing. Is like translation. So once everything is really finished, then you can do the adaptation of the case. So
yes,
it's responsive.
Just
It
to
works. The platform works
summarize,
everywhere.
it's responsive and it has been designed to be available also via tablet and mobile phone. For the reason we introduced at the very beginning, we thought to have something that pupils can use also alone with the instrument they have available at home. So we cannot focus on desktop. We need to have something that can be accessible via different devices. And at the same time, this introduction has been done in English to launch also the subsequent webinars and material we are going to share, but the project will end at the end of September. So we have developed everything in English and start sharing via different channels, via eTwinning platform, via YouTube, as you have seen before for the video, and I post the link on a chat, and on our platform. But at the same time, we are now starting the translation of all the material in the other language of the project. We would like also to continue. So the idea was, if necessary, to translate the material also in other language. Is up to the request. So if teachers that join in today or future teacher that need to have the documents, their own material, they can ask to the project via eTwinning. We can also give you an email or reference if it's necessary, and we can provide with the due time to the version in other languages. So if there are no questions, we would like to have we would like to share with you the point of view of the teacher involved in this activity, because up to now, the speech was in charge to the researcher, to the technicians, to the expert of research. But this project in the partnership involved teacher, and it's quite tricky sometimes to enter in this mechanism. And we would like to share with you which was their opinion and their experience. I don't know who is the first. I don't want to force any of you, but we have the representative of the Newark School, sorry, I'm sure that the school from Vilnius, it's easy for me, and the school from Genova, the city of the city. So who is the first that would like to share with us their idea? As you can see, my English is not perfect. Don't be scared about this. We are a community. Some of us is mother tongue, lucky for them. The others has learned, so they are not so much precise like me. It's important in any case to give all the point of view, because this is a presentation to share experience, not only results and projects. So who is the first? The icebreaker.
Oh, so we can be the first, if that's fine.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just I'll share the screen now. So hello everyone, my name is Jurgita and I present our Lithuanian school, Gedimino miesto mokykla. And as Barbara, you said that it's quite hard to pronounce this name, so that's why we called it in an easier way, it's GMM. So first and foremost, we would like to express our gratitude for the chance to work on this project and to the entire team for the assistance, collaboration, and sharing our knowledge. And a group of teachers from our school have also been drawn together by this initiative, and they have all volunteered to engage in the project activities. Lessons for the project were prepared by trainee teachers who considered how they would use the specific teaching material in the lessons, and also they had a chance to try them during the lessons as well. Okay, maybe I would like to speak why was this project important to us as teachers. And first of all, we think that it expands the teaching content. While working on this project, we discovered that there are topics that would widen or enrich our teaching content. As Lithuanian teachers, let's say, are free to choose 30% of their teaching content. Some topics are quite narrowly focused, let's say, like specific habitats. For example, in our country, we don't teach widely about marine animals or marine plants, maybe because of our climate, you know, where do we live? And our teaching content is narrower on these topics, as I mentioned before. We think the topics are relevant. Lithuanian teachers developed practical activities to demonstrate the topics' relevance and practical application in students' life, let's say, such as sorting or how a child can help or may help reduce pollution or plastic in the oceans, etc. They are adaptive teaching approaches for students with different abilities as well. Teachers have chosen different teaching methods to suit students of different abilities. They design tasks not only to deepen or broaden knowledges, but also to develop their thinking skills. Let's say, for example, teachers can use Venn diagrams, thinking maps, games. Students can be involved into the discussions, and etc. In terms of the project platform, we believe that the practical exercises and activities will help young learners not just to learn, understand, and assimilate the subject more effectively. Next thing, what we would like to say, what are the advantages of the linear platform? Let's say from teacher side, how do we see it? So students learn content more effectively. Users of this product will be able to choose from a variety of activities, as we see before, based on their age, on their skills, or even learning style. Teachers will be able to use the materials in their classrooms, because students can access their digital learning materials from anywhere, as long as they have a computer, tablet, or now, as we know, even a phone. It saves time because students and teachers have access to a variety of materials and resources all in one place. As also we saw on the presentation, with one click, we can find everything. Videos, maybe some PDF files to help us and remember the information. Also, we think that in this linear platform, there is attractive digital content. Learning resources can be adapted to students' abilities, allowing for customized learning based on individual circumstances and their needs. Digital and reusable resources can be adapted to different learning styles and different needs. Also, it develops creative thinking skills. Even with all materials ready to go, teachers can be creative and customize them to the students' needs. And students also can enjoy this digital content because it engages them while also reinforcing the subjects they learn. And I think all of us can agree that in this life or these years, okay, digital learning resources can increase students' motivation as well, and a lot, I would say. The engaging and interactive elements make learning not just fun, but more interesting. And as Barbara mentioned before, you know, she wanted us to hear or share how did it go, how did it work. So we are not afraid to say, however, that we have not escaped from some difficulties as well. when we were participating in this project. So one of them is the compatibility of the themes across countries, because in the very beginning, okay, we discussed what are the same topics in all 3 countries, and we know that the content of the curricula, state curriculum, it's a bit different. Some topics, yes, are the same, some topics are really different. The other thing that we would like to mention, that some concepts and terms were new when translating to English. Let's say we had, sometimes we had some doubts, so we had to double check, is this word, the specific word, a specific term translating into the English, is it really the same as we wanted to say in Lithuanian? So let's say one of the hardest thing was this. And when creating the lesson plans and activities, we also considered how teachers from other countries, let's say in this case from Italy or Malta, would implement it, and whether they would be able to adapt the material we had developed. Let's say even when making worksheets, if we name one of the animals or plants from Lithuania, we had to think, are these animals and plants also common in the other countries? So let's see, yeah, where, you know, the main struggles, okay, we had. And I think that's it. You can see a list of our teachers, the names, and these were our key bullet points for this project. We also hope that teachers will use our platform in their classroom, and because they have opportunity to use quality resources that they were created. Okay, and while listening to the others again, I would like to thank you, everyone. Yeah, and we did a great job, I think. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. And before to say something, I would hear also the other schools. Who is Philip? Do you want to say something?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of what I was going to say, Jurgita has just said, mentioned a lot of the things which I was going to mention. The impact on the project results are immense for intercultural reasons or intercultural motives. The access to materials are being allowed to, which you can upload to the Linneo project, to the platform, are fantastic. We used lots of materials from the Acquario di Genova. It's the biggest aquarium in Europe. They've got lots of didactic materials which can be used, videos, we use the videos from there. Also, the Posidonia Aquatic Park here in the Mediterranean, obviously Italy having lots of access to the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. We developed lots of material from that, from these 2 resources. Also, there was things we could get from the University of Vilnius. We presented or developed lessons, didactic units from about lawns and meadows and the frog, which we've already seen during the other presentations. The impact of integrating the material is a great opportunity for the collaboration between all of the countries, all the schools involved, and the different cultures involved, because it allows each school, each country involved, each culture involved to see how the other schools develop and integrate each didactic unit, which can be used by all classes in all countries and all cultures. The material we've used from the Aquarium of Geneva regarding the aquatic life with mimicry, for example. We developed a game, the teaching staff here in Genova with Armanda, Roberta, and Federica. We developed a game which can be used in different material, like different subject material. The language barriers can be from language 1, whichever country you're in would be, like here in language 1 is Italian, language 2 English, obviously. And then the material, the subject materials, like for example, physical education. With the mimicry, we developed a game where you can it's used either in the gym, the gymnasium, or maybe in the school playground, where the students have to develop a game where they would use mimicry to avoid capture. So like a game of capture as you find in the natural world, where by choosing a certain color or a certain animal, you can avoid capture from the predators by rushing in physical education, rushing to a corner where you are safe, such as we found with the material from the Aquario di Genova, the fish which live on the seabed and appear to be like sand. So also from the form of predators, where they have certain coloring, where they are waiting for the prey to pass, so then they can jump out and capture the other people. So we developed lessons, didactic units for all aspects of the educational cycle or curricula: mathematics, science, language, art, and these materials, the impact it has using the Linneo project is that these materials can be adapted by teachers from all countries, all cultures, and then can be used with their own students. It's also a good opportunity for allowing, with digital resources, for allowing the students to sometimes work on their own, either within the class or online. For example, many children go online and play PlayStation, for example, where they play in groups online. But you can do this the same with the Linneo project, with the material. When you've uploaded the material, schools from whichever country can link and then use the same material, have a lesson together, an intercultural lesson, an interactive lesson from between different schools in different countries. And also the material can then be adapted by the teachers to have a more guided approach, where the teacher is in control for younger learners. So the younger learners are then guided by the teacher into how they would approach the material and use the material available in each didactic unit. And as I said, many of the things I was going to say, Jurgita's already mentioned, about the teachers being able to use and upload, and the students being able to go online and access the material which is available through the didactic units. The objective for us was to be able to create material which can be used by teaching staff all over Europe, and in different levels of classes, higher learners, lower learners, with using material available within the school or available online through the Linneo platform. And this material can also be used interculturally when you have exchange visits. For example, a visit from a school from Lithuania coming to Italy can then join a class in Italy and using the same material, have the same didactic unit, have the same lesson using the material available. And so the impact on the results of the project are that pupils from all over Europe get to use the same material, the same didactic unit. and have the same learning objectives. So this is where we worked on the material here in Italy. Okay.
Thank you. And I think there is also Nicole, who is going to speak for the Malta.
Yes, hello, I'm Nicole. I'm speaking on behalf of Newark School Malta. I'm not going to take long because the other teachers said everything that I had to say basically. But what I wanted to add is that Linneo has been very useful for our teachers and our students because it gave the opportunity for the teachers to be able to create innovative learning methods by using technological methods. Obviously, technology is always advancing, and now kids are more using technology. Therefore, Linneo was very useful because it enforced the teachers to use technology and also games and search for new learning methods to keep up and adopt their learning approaches. That's basically what I had to say. In addition, the feedback has been very, very good from our students and from our teachers as well, because it gave them the opportunity also to go out of their comfort zone and to explore new methods as well.
So thank you to all of you. It seems that you are almost aligned, but this was a long process. I mean, as Jurgita introduced at the beginning, was quite difficult to find a way to not a way to find a common agreement about, for example, the missions, the topic. We discussed a lot about which is the best way and which are the best topic we have to approach for the materials. And we hope that this presentation was not so heavy. We avoid to describe all the internal process of comparison between the curricula, discussion about how to design the natural world and so on. But it emerged from this final contribution that was a strong activity behind. I would like to thank all the staff involved, for all the organization, for their provide themselves at disposal, for the open-mindedness, let me say, the open-mindedness to all the person involved, that before to put themselves as the expert, they put themselves at the disposal to understand the language, understand the purposes each other. And this is the reason why today we can present some results, at least the results in English. So I would like to thank all of you, and I don't know if there are questions. This is the time for questions, but as I told you before, is an interaction that we start today. First, presenting the idea, and then having specific events that we are going to promote in the same way, via eTwinning platform, via contact, of course, and via Facebook, because now we are also online on Facebook with a direct streaming, and sharing as much as possible different channels, different points to be connected and to share our idea and results until the final event that is planned for the end of September, in which we are going to deliver all the material in all the languages of the project. So by now we are sharing with you the material in English. We are also going to ask to all of you to evaluate a little bit, and we will present in a next webinar how we mentioned this evaluation, and a final big event in which all of you are invited to join in presence or online. That is one full day in Genova at the Aquarium of Genova. So if there are no questions or people that would like to add something, I don't see any message in the chat, but if someone who would like to say something, open your microphone and say goodbye. It's also good to hear from you that you are not fall asleep. Okay, so thanks very much for your attention. We are 63 participants, almost for all this meeting that is quite 2 hours. So thank you so much for being here, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye-bye. Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.